Welcome to Balloon Click. Today we have a special treat. Sam Cremeens is going to be sharing with us his balloon journey and how he got started. How did you get started, Sam?
How did I get started? Well, it's kind of a long story. I'll shorten it up the best I can. It started 25 years ago, whenever I first learned magic. I became a magician in my middle teen years in high school. Did a few shows here and there, worked with it, and, really got into the fun of entertaining people. Fast forward to about 2003. It was June. I remember that. I was in a Walmart looking for supplies for a birthday party, and there was this little kit for $3. It's now $5, I found out, but it came with a little yellow pump, 20 really bad balloons, and just little pictograph instructions that were kind of hard to follow at first. I popped 18 of the 20 balloons before I successfully made a balloon dog. Wow. Where most people would see that as a discouragement, I took it as a direct affront and a challenge. And so I continued to learn more. I looked up resources online. I found Balloon HQ for one thing, and just followed and read and watched everything I could get my hands on about balloons, and then I experimented, of course, with the different techniques myself to see what I could come up with as well. And that's how I got started, and that's what leads us here today.
Yeah. Now, did you start doing parties after that, or?
I actually twisted balloons in private at home for over a year before I did my first party with it. Okay. And it goes back to my days as a magician. The sponge ball trick, I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
I practiced that for 15 years before I showed it to another person.
Wow.
So yeah, I was a little bit of a perfectionist. Wow. I wanted to make sure that I was up to the level I expected of myself from it before I would do it for anyone.
Well, I can understand your perfectionism because I really love your work, Sam.
Thank you.
You've taken balloon beads to new heights and stuff. So
I had a great inspiration on that. So I mean, that's I just took a great idea and put my own spin on it and played with it.
So now you're putting balloons over straws and so do you perform in the bars or something?
I do. I actually do. I work in bars and restaurants doing those balloon straws, and I mean, it wows people. Anytime you can still use a straw, but there's a balloon wrapped around it in such a way it looks like it just pierces through the middle of it. The wow factor is through the roof. People love it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So do you have a DVD out on that, or what's? I have a forthcoming video coming out. It'll be a digital download.
Okay.
I prefer to work with digital downloads because I think that's where the future is leading us on instructional material.
So you have 3 digital downloads at the time, or
I've got them. Yeah, I currently have 3 available right now at Mike Floyd's site, BalloonAnimals.com.
Balloon-Animals-Animals.com.
Yeah, I've got a Ninja Turtle costume. I got a motorcycle. I've also got I've got 4 on there because I've got my monkey, and I have a little parody of Lightning McQueen that's a wrist buddy.
Oh, okay.
That is really, really effective. It can be done in just about a minute and a half, and it's just a great little piece. These are the ideas that sort of just fall out of my head. And, the funny story how I come up with these things is I'm a very active sleeper. Okay. In my sleep, I talk, I move my hands, I'm twisting balloons in my sleep, and I wake up my lovely lady, Tara, in the middle of the night all the time doing it.
And her arms are like this.
No, not quite. But she'll tell me about it the next day because I'm just laying there and I'm talking and coming up with new ideas. My mind never really shuts down with balloons.
Okay. So how did you become a teacher? We're at the Face and Body Painting Convention in where are we?
We're in St. Louis.
St. Louis. So.
Well, I was actually approached by Shauna Query about teaching at this event. Now, I've taught before. I've taught beginners courses. I've taught Shriner workshops. I've taught foreign missionaries, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, grade school classes. One of my birthday party packages is that I start everybody out, if it's older kids, I teach them how to twist some balloons. And we start with the the 9-twist dog. And so it's been a progression between doing the videos and doing the Balloon Blast video show to get to this point here. It's been a lot of fun though.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And you guys have like a little show that you've done. I've seen you with Scott Tripp on
Yes.
some things. What's that doing, and how is that going?
We're actually down to a monthly format on that show because we used to do it weekly because we're gluttons for punishment.
Yes.
A weekly 30-minute balloon program on a limited time schedule because we're both full-time balloon performers.
Okay.
And this is our livelihood. This is what we do 6-7 days a week.
Okay.
Finding time, first it takes, as you know from your work with BalloonClick, you get about 4 hours of footage for 30 good minutes of usable stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of swearing involved. But then it's a full day of editing, and by that time, we already have limited time with our families.
Yeah.
So it really put a crunch on us. And even now, going monthly, sometimes, especially the busy time of year through the summers, right, it's really got a crunch on us as well. Yeah. But it's great. We're always coming up with new ideas, brainstorming new designs to share on there. It's as much for us as it is for the people who watch it.
Okay.
Because it's.
And is there a website or that they can go, or
they
how do
can
they
go to YouTube?
YouTube.
On Scott Tripp's channel, look up the Balloon Blast video show. We had 50 roughly episodes last year. I think we have 4 this year already. Because our year actually starts in June.
Okay.
So. But yeah, all those are still available on there. You can see the progression where we went from Scott by himself with a flip cam, yeah, with poor lighting and poor sound to the point where we're at now, where we have good studio lighting. We've got a good studio camera, and one of these days we might hire script writers. Who knows?
Yeah, kind of like BalloonClick. So Sam, what are some of the highs and the lows? Twisting balloons.
Well, actually, one of the high points was actually one of my lowest points. Okay. In 2005, I'd been twisting balloons about 2 years at this point, and I had a pretty wicked motorcycle wreck. I'm an avid motorcyclist. I mean, if you look closely, you can see the scarring I still have from it. Okay. I suffered some head trauma. Okay. And in the process, I don't know if you've ever encountered anyone with head trauma before, there's bouts of depression, there's bouts of rage. I was out of work for a while because of it. While I was out of work, I actually rehabbed myself with my balloons. Wow. I had to start from scratch because I'd forgotten what I'd run with. But I had to start from very scratch, very beginning, and I made a promise to myself to continue to advance the art of balloons, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I do with balloons. And sometimes that comes off, like if I'm on one of the Facebook forums or the internet forums, as I'm being the contrary, grumpy old man whenever somebody else isn't up to my level of passion. But that's just me, wanting to tell people, this stuff can save lives in a roundabout fashion. I mean, we're not curing cancer. Right. But dealing with some of the stuff I was dealing with, the balloons actually saved my life, literally. And that's my lowest point up to probably one of my highest points. And I have one more high point that it just shows the power of twisting balloons as well. I was twisting balloons in one of my regular weekly restaurants, and this group of 3 ladies was in there. They were there to visit a friend of theirs that was over at Vanderbilt Medical Center. Okay. She was dying of cancer. She had less than 24 hours to live. And I made them the rose inside the clear balloon, and they took that to her. They smuggled it into the hospital to her, and they came back to see me the next night at my other restaurant, tears rolling out of their eyes, gave me a big hug for that, and it was just such a touching moment. And yeah, we twist for tips, we get paid for what we do, but some things are just way better than the money side of it. It's just it's just the power of the joy that we can bring to other people's lives. We don't realize it sometimes. Sometimes we forget, but we bring pure joy to other people's lives.
So what is your inspiration for doing balloons?
Oh, everything. Life. Things I see in life, I want to recreate. I want to explore different techniques, like you see some of the stuff I do, not just with balloon beads, not with other concepts that I've learned from other artists, but I'm incorporating robotics into balloons now with microprocessors and servos. I want to try to push the boundaries of balloons as far as I can to create something that somebody says, I know that's a balloon, but that's not a balloon, that's something even more. I draw inspiration from architecture, from art, from nature, from people I see on the street, just everything. My greatest source of inspiration and my driving force is the support that I get from my lovely lady Tara. She's the reason that I was able to make the jump full-time as a balloon entertainer and as a balloon artist. That's my that's my core.
Okay.
She just makes everything really, really work.
All right. So Sam, where do you see your balloon career going in the future?
Oh wow, the future it's wide open, and there's really no boundaries.
Yeah.
Any boundaries that we encounter as artists, we push through anyway. So, it's who knows? I know that my passion, my career, my livelihood, my life is on the path of balloons.
Okay.
So I do know that for sure.
Which is a good passion to have. Sam, how can people keep in contact with you? How do they know what you're up to and stuff? Do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's www.thesamcremeens.com. I also have a Sam the Balloon Man Facebook page that several of your viewers have liked already. Quite a few of them are actually friends of mine on my personal Facebook page. And look for me in the Balloon Twister Central Facebook group, the Twister Club 260, Deco Balloon, all the major Facebook groups. Of course, Steve Klein's Facebook groups as well. You just look for me there. I'm always active, posting new pictures, trying to be an encouragement. Sometimes coming off as the grumpy old man, but but I'm always active through social media.
Well, I haven't noticed you as a grumpy old man, but maybe I'm not on there enough. But I just want to thank you for giving us your time and just sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
With our viewers. Yes. So thank you, Balloon Click, and we'll see ya.
Hawaiian shirt is the official uniform of balloon people in their off time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It helps cover certain anomalies.
I haven't combed my hair or nothing. So
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
You look fine, actually.
Look fine? Okay.
Push your sideburns back. You have glitter on your face too.
Do I?
See from here.
Oh,
it's on this. Yeah, right there. You got it. You got it.
I don't know how it got there. It's never been, you don't want me to show so much skin.
I don't care.
This isn't that kind of interview. This is the stuff that ends up on the cutting room floor, right?
Hopefully. So we're going to start all over again because we want to do it Cremeens. Okay.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, but because I've been calling you Cremeens for a long time, so I get.
This is that awkward moment where the housekeeping lady knocks on the door.
Towels!
No, no, I put the thing on though. Go on. Go on.
Did you? Okay. Welcome to Balloon Click. Today we have a real treat. We have Sam Cremeens, who is going to be sharing with us some of his deepest, most... I've blown this whole frickin' thing. I'm going to do it again. This is the part I don't like. I'm going to go dead here. Silence. You're going to cut this out. So, what was the question?
I don't remember now.
I can't see a thing. You're gonna have to.
You can't read it still?
No.
I'm going to cure cancer with balloons.
Okay.
That's a good outtake, actually.
I didn't swear.
Are you still here? Go home.
Yeah.
It's done. It's over.
Go home, Balloon Click. You're drunk.
And by balloon click, we mean Eric.